World Bowser now. World Bowser is the beginning of Endgame, and in turn, the beginning of things starting to get a little difficult. This level in particular actually gave me a surprising amount of strife. There was a star that I missed early on, as well as the stamp that was hidden across an invisible platform. To get the third star, you actually have to break that Bowser statue to make the star even appear. Next up, we are missing a single green star. Now, this star is actually at the very end of the level. If you recall, this is the one that we actually saw from a distance. And we figured you had to go past the goalpost in order to get to. I'm actually not entirely sure how you are intended to get to this one, which is why I was flailing about randomly looking for a pipe or something. I imagine you're supposed to use the cat suit or maybe a Tanuki suit or something. I used a double jump and maybe a little bit of luck. Over here, there is a rabbit running about. Catch him to claim your star. World Bowser 5, we're missing 2 green stars. The first one, of course, we already found. The second one actually comes just after Plessy here. Once again, hidden very well up top. And then the final green star, once again, hidden very well up top. I think a lot of these are perhaps a little unfair, but at the same time, they're not necessary to gain, simply because I would say you would have to climb up almost every single wall in order to figure out where some of these are. But that's also why they give you the catsuit. World Bowser 6, we're missing the second green star. This is actually the one, if you recall, that Ogre went to try to get. And we had a very brief difference of expected tactics, which caused that to not entirely work out. This platform moved very quickly, and there is a question mark block just off to the side, taking you to a bonus room, kill all of the ghosts to claim the star. We also needed the flagpole here. And that was actually the real flagpole, so you can get to it simply by jumping off the platform right there as soon as you leave the door. World Bowser Train, we're missing the second green star as well as the cat suit. Now, the first green star comes from the green ring coming up, which I actually thought we had already gotten, otherwise I would have gotten on this a little bit sooner. The stamp, we also recall, is on top of the room. Bowser B, which was one of the two boss fights, this time against the Histocrat, specifically the pink one. The only thing we're missing in this one is the flagpole at the end, because I think I was just trying to be a jerk and get to the flag before Ogre did. And then finally, World Bowser Castle, where we're missing all 3 green stars. Now, the first green star is exceptionally well hidden. There's almost nothing in the way of a hint as to where it would be, even if you're looking around. You need to move the camera angle in order to see it. Though admittedly, from the very starting platform that you are on next to Bowser's car, you can actually see the star way off in the distance if you look for it. The second one then comes from all of the bullies on the platform. If you kill all 4 bullies, the star will appear in the middle. For whatever reason, I was thinking the star was going to be in the center of the platform, as it wasn't until I saw its shadow that I realized it was back against the wall. And then the final green star actually comes from the green coins you have to collect. The green coins are perhaps one of my least favorite coins to get, if only because the very tight time limit on them makes it very easy to mess up. That's all of them though, so all we have to do now is finish the level. And then to the bonus world of World Star. In Star 1, we are missing the first green star. The green star is actually right here, though you will need a cat suit in order to climb up the wall. Or there's a pipe. next one, we are missing a stamp. This is the level just after you unlock Rosalina. And the stamp is actually behind a Rosalina button. So you have to be playing as her in order to get this one. World Star 4, the Great Flagpole Race. We are missing 2 green stars, a stamp, and the flagpole itself. Now, the stamp can be tricky to get because that guy's AI is a little confusing. The other green stars, that one is simply off the beaten path a little bit, and the final one is at the very end of the stage if you take the upper route. You may want to run this course multiple times since you are on a very tight time limit. You may not be able to go off the path that often in order to get it. I was hoping to get the flag there, but I missed it, but I managed to go back in with a cat suit. And I can show you a little bit of a trick to build up more speed than you're kind of supposed to be able to build up. You can actually go faster than this, but I haven't practiced the faster way. World Star 6, we're missing only the 3rd green star and a stamp, both of which are near the end of the stage, and you need a boomerang suit in order to get both of them. The first green star is right there hiding over the lava. I think that one's difficult to get, if only because it's difficult to see. I suppose maybe the lighting from the lava hides it. World Star 7, we're missing the 3rd green star. Now, this one I also wasn't as sure where was. And by this point, I'd started using a guide to actually outright look for these. This one is actually hidden in a bonus room, but the bonus room itself is in the pipe just above the exit pipe. World Star 8, we're missing a stamp, and the 1st green star. The 1st green star is actually held by Captain Toad over there. You have to free him from the grasp of the various ghosts in order to get it. Now, this may prove to be a difficult task. What you want to do is look around and find a glowing spot in the ground in the northeast corner that contains a power star. Invincibility star, whatever. The stamp here is at the very end of the level. I'm not sure how we missed it, other than that we may have simply boost padded ourselves straight to the exit, but it's just off here to the right. World Star 9, this level is an absolute nightmare to play through solo, even if you're not going for the stars, if you're simply going for the win. Now, what makes this difficult solo is that you can't have two people on the platform at the same time, which means you can't keep the platform steady. So you're going to be doing a lot of aiming and jumping and trying to dodge and kill and hit things while the platform is moving. Now previously, that wasn't that bad. Here it is. Now on to World Mushroom, the second world of post-game. World Mushroom was fairly short, and was mostly an introduction to World Flower. Now here we're missing the second green star, which if you take the upper route here, is hiding just up top. There are no stamps in the bonus worlds, Mushroom and Flower, so no need to collect those. In Mushroom 2, we're missing a single green star, which we had actually seen before, though we were unable to close the deal, so to say. Within this pipe, you merely have to collect all of the coins. In the next mushroom level, we're missing only the third green star, which is just up here above the exit. If you have a cat suit, you can simply climb up to it. If not, you'll have to jump on the boxes and try to jump your way up from there. In Mushroom 4, we are missing only the flagpole, simply because we were running out of time. Now, for whatever reason here, I was thinking that I could stand on the invisible block since I knew there was one there. We're missing a single green star in this level, which actually is behind the green ring. You'll want to kill all the enemies first, then collect one of the spinny propeller helmets. There's a very tight time limit on those green coins, and that actually gave me quite a fair amount of frustration. So be prepared and act quickly. We're missing a single green star in this level. I'm not sure how we missed it. It's right here. Though you do have to be giant in order to get it. And now onwards to World Flower. Now everything up here hasn't been that frustrating. World Flower was a nightmare to collect all of the green stars. The first one is just behind the entrance. Simply hit the panels. The panels are actually out from the wall just a little bit, so if you're bouncing off the platform at the very back end, you'll just hit the bottom side of them. Now, I'd say that one of the most frustrating things about this level is that every time you fail, you have to redo that first segment, which is quite lengthy. The second green star, you have to collect all the coins for, and there is an exceptionally tight time limit on collecting all of these green coins. And then the final green star, you'll notice the couple brown blocks off to the side and the baseball in the boxes. I imagine you could simply jump in the air and hit it from there, but if you stand on the brown boxes, you can hit it straight off. Where Flower 2 was also a very frustrating level. We're missing only the third green star, which once again was behind a number of green coins. And because you're pushed to the right side of the screen, it's very hard to tell when those spikes are going to be coming up, and in turn, very easy to get hit by them. Add to that, the enemies there are all coming at you from just off-screen, and they will charge at you from just off-screen, so between dodging everything, it is very easy to get hit there. World Flower 3 was another enjoyable one, if by enjoyable you mean terrible. You had to light up all of the torches, which on its own is not a difficult task, but this does mean you have to keep a fire flower the entire route. Getting hit a single time, or in my case twice, since I have one in reserve, will essentially cut your attempt short. Having multiple players for this would help considerably. And then finally, we also need the flagpole for this one, which you do actually have to jump off of the piranha's head in order to get to, which is actually easier said than done. World Flower 4 is on an exceptionally tight time limit, especially if you are collecting the various green stars. The first of which that we need is up top of the platform here. Going that far out of the way will lose you a lot of time, and the second one is underneath that glowing spot if you butt pound it. I've run out of time in this level more times than I care to admit trying to get that. World Flower 5 is actually very simple, especially compared to the previous one, and is the last world that we were missing items on. I'm playing as Toad here because there is a Toad switch. So hit that as Toad in order to make the green star appear. And on completing this level, we will actually be right up to par and have every green star, have every stamp, and every flagpole in the game up until where we were. Now, I was dumb and actually missed that as Toad, so I had to come back as Rosalina. Now all we need is what's left.